All right, there we are. I was just waiting to be live and everything. Let me get this tweeted off, or tweet out, rather. And we can start talking some Auto Club DFS stuff. Thank you for the 33 you guys here waiting for me to go live. Sorry about the slight delay. All right. I'll send that tweet out and make sure it goes to this. All righty then. Go ahead and move StreamYard here. It's looking like I'll be live with Sheets again, probably at 11:15 Eastern time. So that'll be, right within 30 minutes. So I probably won't be live a ton here, which, I mean, I'm trying to get to my gist and ideas of what I want to do very quickly in these live shows now. What's going on, Sterling? So for me, this is a kind of, as I talked about it entering the week, I don't really necessarily, or I'm trying to change my approach of like, oh, this week sucks. Oh, this is a chalky week. Oh, everybody's built the same lines and stuff. Like, okay, so what if we are? We can still have fun building lines. We can still find places to get different. We can still do a ton of different things to build lineups, even with a condensed player pool. And honestly, I don't think it's that small for me. So, two things here. One, we can actually, the first thing I want to say is I kind of tweeted last night, was that like we really are having Daytona 2 weeks in a row, 200 laps, 3 guaranteed yellows. Hey, thank you so much, Wes. Thank you so much, Wes, for the $99 super chat. Way to open the live stream. Way to open the live show. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying, look, if this stuff doesn't work, you don't have people, opening the live show with $99 donation or super chat rather. So thank you very much, Wes. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend for the Daytona 500. Literally just played people that nobody owned, and they all died at the end. When we made money. Just unfortunately didn't happen in the Trucker Xfinity, but happy to work for you guys. Listen, if you want to support me, support Pearce, the work that we do, join us on March 1st. I know that Patreon does have the option to change it to where it just charges you whenever you join, but for what we do and how we maintain each month and the sheets and everything like that, we're perfectly fine sticking to just charging on the first of every month. So please consider joining the Patreon. Okay, we're putting a lot of effort into this. As I was saying, kind of going back to the Daytona discussion here, when we look at, and I'm going to highlight, let's highlight drivers from 27th on back. So that's Pearce, Dillon, Briscoe, Byron, Elliott, Jones, Reddick, and Ty Dillon. Now, Ty Dillon, not to the extent of gaining as many positions as the other guys. Like, to be honest, I have Ty Dillon for 22 points today. I'm giving Ty Dillon a 28th place finish, but he's still in the conversation. But between, Pearce, Dillon, Briscoe, Byron, Elliott, Jones, Reddick, I think there's a good chance that 3 of those guys are optimal, if not 4 of them, depending on what happens with the lap leaders. It could be even more. When we look back at the optimals for this, for Auto Club specifically, we nearly always have, last year, Kurt Busch plus 27 place differential points. He started 36, finished 8th. Eric Almirola, 25 place differential points, started 31st, finished 6th. Harvick plus 25, started 32nd, finished 7th. Now, is that crazy? Like all these guys had 64, 63.45, 62.25 for those drivers respectively. But if they score in the 50s, they're still right there amongst the highest scoring drivers. They'll be right there with Austin Dillon, who started 16th and finished 7th, or finished 2nd with 57 points, 57.35 points. I see, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, Harvick last year working it in a lot of situations. When we go back and look at the 2020 race, it leans very similar to this kind of situation where we have a lot of place differential. Kyle Busch plus 15, Denny Hamlin plus 22, Truex Jr. plus 24, Keselowski plus 10, Eric Jones plus 19. When we go to 2019, we're seeing that, we didn't necessarily have as many place differential plays. Keselowski plus 10, Truex plus 19, Kurt Busch plus 15. But then you go ahead and look at 2018. You have, Denny Hamlin plus 19, Jimmy Johnson plus 24 place differential points. Clint Boyer plus 15. Eric Almirola plus 15. Alex Bowman plus 15. William Byron plus 14. Chase Elliott plus 15. And so, and we can continue going back and looking at other races, but for the most part, we're seeing at least 3 main place differential plays come through at Auto Club. Now, I'm not starting with the optimal and then coming to that conclusion. I'm just kind of looking at where these projections kind of sit realistically, how these guys can be optimal or make it into the optimal lineup or score very well. And it's leaning to, as I said, probably about 3 or 4 of those guys in the back. Now, however, let's talk about some lap leaders real fast, whether you're doing Bell, Stenhouse, Logano, Bowman, whatever the case may be. For me, kind of looking at this in a very similar fashion in terms of Daytona, I have a lot of 5-1 types of lineups. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, I have a Christopher Bell line. I have a Stenhouse line. I have an Alex Bowman line. I have a Ryan Blaney line. Okay. So yes, I have lineups that target these guys starting up front in a situation where they stay up there, lead a good portion of the race. And I mean, like, this is going to be a difficult race to start up front and maintain the lead, and certainly maintain being a high scoring DraftKings driver. Because look, like if you have Christopher Bell projected to, lead, I mean, let me get the exact numbers up so I'm not just like shooting the breeze. Let's just say you give him 20 laps led. Okay, that's 10% of the race right there. That's 5 DraftKings points. Okay, let's give him 15 fast laps, which I think is a lot. That's 6.75 fast laps or 6.75 laps. And so when you put those together, like that's 11 points, for like a kind of dominating performance from Christopher Bell. Like that's him staying up there through, certainly through the first stage, maintain the lead coming out of the competition caution. At that point, yeah, sure, he might be scoring in the 50s, but we have several guys pushing, low 50s, if not into the 60s. And that's not just talking about the guys in the back. That's talking about Kyle Busch. That's talking about Larson, Truex, Denny Hamlin. For me personally, kind of going back to what I said with the 5-1 types of lineups, and I know we're using like super speedway terminology here, but it really does describe my type of construction. The people that I think I want to get to today to be different, Denny Hamlin. I think you should play Denny Hamlin. I think you should play Truex. Larson, if anything, I might want to be underweight on Larson. I currently have Larson in, how many laps do I have actually? Let's see. I got Larson in 1, 2, 3. I got him in 4. I got Truex in 1, 2, 3. I got Hamlin in 1, 2, 3. So I mean, not crazy, numbers here, but they're. Oh, I'm running 16 lines, by the way. Not crazy numbers here, but I think you should target, those guys in the teens to get different. I also want to emphasize that I am overweight on Kyle Busch. I am absolutely riding or dying on Kyle Busch today. I think he is a fantastic play. I think he is a fantastic constructual play. Specifically, if you are doing a ton of Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott, I think you are gonna. I think yes. I mean, if you build like a generic one, you're gonna be chalky. But I think if you continuously build and have like some one-off, value plays, a Gillen, a Michael McDowell, you know, somebody kind of off the wall, a Ty Gibbs, that doesn't lean into the Ryan Preece, that doesn't lean into Ty Dillon. I think that is a very interesting type of build because I really like Chase Elliott today. I really like William Byron today. The fact that Chase Briscoe and Jones are both in the 7K ranges, you could just play those in nearly every single line, and for the most part, I'm trying to go out of my way to make sure I'm not just having just a ton of Briscoe and Jones. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to make sure I don't have 100%. I'll probably end up with like 80% of Chase Briscoe and Eric Jones just by what their pricing allows me to do, the types of lineups that I want to do. And it seems to me that the one guy I'm kind of going underweight on relative to the other drivers in my pool, which I still have in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lineups, is Tyler Reddick. He's kind of the one guy that I'm kind of squeezing out because I want so much William Byron. I want so much Chase Elliott. I actually want to try and pay up for Byron and Elliott specifically because I think we'll get a slight discount on their ownership. And in a situation like this to where, yes, it's going to be a quote unquote, it's going to be pretty chalky. I want to play the ownership game back here, and I think the ownership game is paying up for the place differential versus paying down for it. That's kind of my train of thought. And Kyle Busch, I just want to play just a ton of Kyle Busch. Those are my early thoughts, my early considerations, my early ideas. I didn't record a video building lines because I was on and off yesterday. I would work on this for like 20 minutes, get up, eat, and watch a video, go back. I mean, there was no way I would have done a video, or I could have done a video just by how much I was up and at 'em and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and look through as I see we got a ton of chats. And yet again, Wes, I'm going to keep your super chat on the screen for a bit because I just want to show it off. Like, come on, man. That's awesome. Week 2 of the regular season. We already got a $99 super chat in here by somebody who used the Patreon, by somebody who made money on it. Come on, guys, man, this is awesome. Let's see. Brandon, I have no idea, dude. I mean, I use legal streams, man. So you do whatever. What's going on, Andrew? Who's going to be high Sunday? I think it should be Eric Jones. Some people are saying Ty Dillon. Some people are saying Ryan Pearce. Like, I mean, there's going to be, look, we're going to have so many guys in the 40s, if not higher ownership. I don't think it's really worth necessarily. Like, I don't, ownership is so high today. I think you just have to forgo it and just really not care about it, to be honest with you. Can't think that way. I used to think that way to the point I changed my lineups at 1, cost myself the biggest day ever, but changed. Yeah, like I'm completely with you, Sterling, and I've done the exact same thing. And I this is just a recent example. I've done it a lot, and that's kind of why I've changed the focus. But the Xfinity Series race at Phoenix. Oh, actually, man, I don't want to go down that fucking talk again. Then I'm just like every other guy in here, be like, I almost took down some tournaments, or I've had some big wins. We've all made that mistake of trying to get too cute. And the way I look at it is let's split among people. What's going on, Big Rip? Happy to have you here. Somebody outdoor about 20 minutes. Yeah, but have fun, Dave. I hope you get a full race in. At least, I mean, you're gonna get races in at some point today. Hopefully it doesn't rain on you. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Sorry about yesterday, just kind of not being able to do anything at the track. But I think you got a pretty stellar day here. And you can really sit wherever you want. I doubt it's gonna sell out. So feel free to move over. Feel free to move to wherever you want. What is the chalky build? Everybody keeps talking about it. It's Larson, Byron, Reddick, Jones. I want to add that, and thank you for the other super chat. Whoever just added that, I will look at that in a moment. Larson, I seriously want to talk about Larson real fast. Like, when I look at FanDuel, we could talk about FanDuel today as well. I'm going underweight on Larson, like, not on purpose. Like, I didn't enter today or yesterday being like, I'm gonna fade Larson. I'm gonna be underweight on the Larson boy, on White Power Larson. I didn't enter the weekend thinking that, but it just so happens that I'm just not landing on Larson. Like, let's look at this realistically, okay? Larson, we go green. I doubt Larson gets the lead before the competition caution. He'll probably be top 6, if not higher. But that is on lap 20. We go back green, probably lap 24, 25. I don't even remember when the fucking stage is. Let me go ahead and look real fast. Sorry. This thing is taking forever. Anyway, as that confirms when my stages are. You guys don't have to type that out. I can figure it out on my own. So Larson gets up there. And very similar to Christopher Bell, very similar to other people. Like, yeah, he's up there. He leads some laps. Let's say at this point, it's lap like 67 in the race or whatever. Larson's led like 17 laps at this point. He's still getting outscored by guys in the back at this point in the race, okay? If we start having a lot of yellows, actually, I want to emphasize that I don't think the leader's going to be getting fast laps in this race. Fast laps are going to be spread out tremendously. So I don't think it's a 1-to-1 leader is going to get the fast laps. With how many lines there are, with how many good drivers there are spread out amongst the field, I think fast laps are going to be spread out. And so I don't foresee Larson, getting a fast lap and lap led every single time he goes around the circuit. Combine that with the fact that we're going to probably have more yellows. We're probably going to have more place differential come through. Larson is 10-8. Like, he just hasn't really worked my way into lines. I would much rather have Chase Elliott. I think Chase Elliott outscores Larson today. I think William Byron can very easily score similar to Larson today. And I think Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. can outscore, if not score, similar to Kyle Larson. Same thing with Kyle Busch. And so I don't think Larson's the lock at all. Like the locks, if we're using the term lock, it's Briscoe, Byron, Elliott, Jones, Reddick. I would bet the house on 3 of those guys being optimal today, which I kind of am. Like that's where I'm at. It's not necessarily Larson to an extent, you know. As I said, I have Larson lineups, but dude, it's fucking stacked from the back, yo. Can't stop, won't stop. Like, what are we doing here? You know, and we're at the point where this race might end with rain. You're telling me we might get a race that ends on lap 109? Like, Larson sure shit ain't being optimal in that situation. You know, so for me, Larson is just not a guy I'm getting to. That's just kind of where we're at. You know, just happen to be that way. I didn't go out of my way to do that, but that's what it's telling me there. Actually, it is not. This is a Helix shirt. I got this at a hole in the wall, you know, store in good old El Paso, Texas. This is made in Ecuador. Okay, so you know, and also don't shit on Tractor Supply. That place fucking rules. Okay, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? You guys stop. You guys gotta stop asking me what fucking channel the race is on. I hate you guys so much. Let me see. However, is the race on ESPN that is actually fun. You see, if you guys got to do this type of stuff, don't ask me where the race is. Be like, yo, the race is on TNN, right? You know, it's on the Speed Channel, correct? You know, it's on CBS, right? I gotta take your man. It's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough, man. I don't know if I'm the channel for you. Let's see. And I have no idea what you are discussing here. I have not talked. I haven't done a fucking live show this week. I haven't done anything this week. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's see. Oh yeah. BV. Oh, it's BVP. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. Like seriously, man. Right out of the gates, you know, Wes and BVP. Who BVP is always here supporting the channel. Thank you very much. That goes such a long way. People don't understand how much this stuff goes forward into to helping us and everything. I know I kind of answered my take on Larson. I do, however, I'm pretty sure I have a Larson and Kyle Busch line. Let's see real fast. Pretty sure I do because I got so much Kyle Busch. Yeah, I do. That's like, and that's kind of the way I would go. Like if I'm playing, I mean, as I kind of just said, like I have Busch and Larson on line. I kind of want to pay up for people in this race. I really do. I think that it's not going to be a gigantic discount, but paying up for place differential can be huge. And I think we're going to get a huge ownership discount on Hamlin and Truex compared to Larson for cheaper. I think they are identical plays, man. I really, really do. People might be worried about what happened with the Toyotas last year at this track, but that's not going to happen again. You know, in a sense of where they're going to overheat and really truly shoot themselves in the foot. You know, so I think Hamlin, Truex, Kyle Busch are ways to get different here. I don't think we have to get insane. I don't think we have to play like, you know, Harrison Burton. You know, I don't think we have to play people like, you know, I think Haley's kind of a trap play. I have no Justin Haley. I don't think we have to get too crazy today. And if you're worried about the Ty Dillon ownership, as I said, you do a lot of Briscoe Jones together, you know, pair him with Pearce, pair him with Austin Dillon, who I think Austin Dillon's a great play as well. I think both RCR cars are fantastic. You don't really have to dive into Austin Dillon, you know. I think there are still fun ways to get different and build lines that are very much different from what the field is doing. Let me see real fast. 30. How many people we got here? 95 of you guys here. Thank you very much for being here. As I said, I'll probably be live with Sheets on True DFS probably a quarter past the hour, probably like 20-ish minutes or so, just because I didn't think I need to necessarily go on for an hour talking about this. We'll probably talk more lineup construction, stuff like that here. coming up. Let me see. But yeah, BVP, Wes, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and take both of your super chats off and start throwing up some more comments and stuff on here. What's going on, David? Happy to have you here. Do you see any deeper guys staying out if the top pit? No. So the fact that we're on a green racetrack, I personally would not be shocked if somebody blows a tire in the first run, dude. I wouldn't find it. I wouldn't. It wouldn't even shock me. It wouldn't even shock me. Look, I can just foresee coming out of turn 4 and lap 12, William Byron kills the fucking wall because he blows it right front. I think everybody's coming in for tires. The fact that tire wear is going to be huge. Oh my God. I mean, at least we're kind of destroying this so people can stop being like, Darlington's the only high wear racetrack out there. But like, this is a fucking cheese grater, bro. Like, this is it. They are just running over razors on this racetrack. Yeah, everybody's coming down. There is no way in hell people stay out. If you were telling your driver to stay out, you need to be fucking shot in the back of the head on that pit box. There is no excuse for staying out at a competition caution here. Briscoe, Austin Dillon. I think Briscoe will have more ownership. Austin Dillon, a little bit more expensive. I don't know if he's being considered as much as he should. I like Austin Dillon. And between these two drivers, both fantastic plays. Both should be in lines. Austin Dillon over Briscoe, in my opinion. He wants to, he can, I don't know what you're referring to, Pete. Will the Reapers come for, yeah, man. Probably, dude. This is gonna be a mess. This race is gonna be rough, man. That's why, like, it really is just Daytona. I'm telling you, man, it really is. Identical laps, identical fast laps, identical laps led points out there. Probably in a sense, might even be more yellows compared to what the Daytona 500 did. We might not have as many DNFs, or we might have more. I mean, this play guys from the back, boys. Like, what are we doing here? We got 4 guys from 21st on back projected to be high 50s in DK points. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking? Logano cash lock? Hell no. If you're playing cash, I'll tell you right now, you do not play anybody in the top 20, in my opinion. If you're playing cash today, which is why I didn't play cash, which is why I don't play cash. This would not be a fun day to play cash. You should play Kyle Busch, Briscoe, Jones, Reddick, and then fill out the rest of your line from there. But everybody should be doing that. This is a situation like, yeah, I guess if you play cash, then yeah, every week is just gonna fucking suck because it's not gonna be fun playing cash. Is it a Bubba day? Possibly. I think Bubba certainly. I mean, I like joking around about Bubba being bad. This is a situation where I think Bubba really does struggle on highway racetracks. This is a situation where, like, if you're thinking of Bubba, I don't have him, but I would honestly just rather play Eric Almirola. I would rather play Austin Cindric. I'd rather play Noah Gragson. I don't have either of those 4 drivers, but if you're considering Bubba, just play Eric Almirola. The guy has much better track history here. He actually understands what he needs to do. That's what I would do. This is an interesting question, Pete. You can look at it. You can look at this in 2 different ways. So cooler temps add grip to the racetrack. Okay, I don't think I could really answer this question, to be honest with you. I'll give my opinion, but answer yes or no. I don't believe I can answer this question because look, a colder racetrack provides more grip. What that means is that the tires are sucked onto the track more. You're going to have more friction, and you don't have a loss of friction. You just have more friction holding the tires onto the track. On a cheese grater, you're going to be stripping a lot of the rubber off. Same with Auto Club. I mean, if the track temperature was hot, then you're just sliding around over the track. You're just sliding over a cheese grater. I think for a track like Auto Club, I don't think it really changes what the wear is going to be. It's going to be high, it's not necessarily a bell curve of like, this is a sweet spot. It's more just what do they call it? I just went blank, man. the graph basically just exponential. You see exponential growth in terms of of high how the racetrack is for auto clubs. So I don't think it necessarily increases or decreases, but I could be wrong. But I don't think I can necessarily answer that question, Pete. So hopefully that kind of answers kind of where I'm at. But giving you a yes or no question, I'm not smart enough to answer that. I mean, if you want to pay the rake, by all means, play Roid Rage McGee. But I think that might be one of the worst plays on the slate, to be honest with you. Oh man, 105 of you guys here. I do appreciate you being here. I want to add real fast that if you're a new player, if you are like, oh my God, I've never done this before. I play NFL every day. I'm an NBA stud. I play NBA every day. I got to be honest. I would not recommend my content to you. It is not very beginner friendly. It is not very um, I think you need some sort of prerequisite understanding of NASCAR DFS to enjoy my content, because I will I don't know if I'm going to be making content that's going to help you out. That's just how it is. Any thoughts on a one and done league? No, not at all. I think that is for golf, it makes a lot of sense. For NASCAR, that would piss me off beyond belief. You got 36 full-time drivers. You got 36 races on a schedule. You have to use every driver one time. Well, super speedways, you're playing your punt plays. But past that, like I would hate doing that. I would absolutely hate that. So I have no thoughts there. I think people are looking where he normally doesn't start this close to front and doesn't have. What the fuck is this English? Doesn't have to pass me people to get up to the front. What did I just wander into like English 1301? Are we with like a bunch of new players? Cody Ware's starting 11th. What the fuck are you guys talking about? You're not playing Cody Ware. What are we doing? What's this? I love your spread attack. Happy to have you here. Yeah, dude. Hey, Chris, man. Dude, I got $100 head to head if you want to play Cody Ware, man. Like I'll play. I don't do head to heads with people, but man, if you play Cody Ware, I'll play you $100 head to head, man. What the hell is this, dude? That is insane. I'm just kidding. Like if you're, I'm not gonna take your money like that. If you're playing Cody Ware, that is insane. I got Cody Ware for a grand total of negative 19 DraftKings points today. My main buddy boy. Not as a priority. If I have both of them, just trying to get different types of ownership like that. Those are like my one, like filling out a line, 6 driver in, trying to get different. That's where I'm going there. Let's see what's going on. I got 12 lines, find my health sign, Emerald and Truex, not much of Hamlet. I think that's fine. As I said, I think Truex makes a lot of sense. And the issue, going back to here, this is good. I mean, I'm not trying to crap on. I like newer viewers. I don't necessarily like newer DraftKings players. Okay, that should be very actually new sports bettors, new players in general. That should be very apparent by my constant hatred of the use my code for a 100% match deposit on your first entry. Like, what, dude? Come on. I like to talk to people who are a part of this, who do this every day, and I like to speak at a deeper level versus just hi newbie. You want to join? You want to make money? Join my Patreon. Like, I just don't want to go down that road. Almirola is interesting. I don't really know how you're getting to Eric. That is interesting because you're clearly getting off of Pearce, possibly Gibbs. As I said, I would kind of going back to that question earlier regarding Wallace, Cindric, Noah Gregson, and Eric Almirola. Like I think Eric Almirola is the better of those guys there. I don't know how you're. I mean, those lines, I would not absolutely be worried about them being duplicated. And if Eric Almirola has a good day, you had a really good chance of shipping that main contest, because I don't really know how you're getting to Eric Almirola. That's kind of that's kind of nuts. If you're that high on Eric Almirola, I don't know who you're playing. I can't even envision what those lines look like. That's so interesting. I mean, and certainly I wouldn't want to play Cindric. I won't take it off of Eric Almirola, but I will hesitate you with Cindric. I don't know. Those make me very uncomfortable, to be honest with you. I would be very uncomfortable having a lot of Eric Almirola and Cindric today. That's just where I'm at there. I don't, and balanced in a sense of, like, I mean, I stated before, man. I think between Kyle Busch, we'll even add Pearce, Dillon, Briscoe, Byron, Elliott, Jones, Reddick. I think 3 of those guys are optimal, if not more. So I don't know if I'd necessarily want to just have a ton of Eric Almirola and Cindric and stuff. I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to in balance, but that's kind of where I'm at. I agree. Man, I would love if Cody Ware would just absolutely show up and murder the field. Now the Stewart-Haas alliance didn't really work out. Their alliance with RFK. Look, if Cody Ware can blow my socks off and finish 18th, you better believe I'm playing him for the remainder of the year. But if outside of like a GWC where half the field is out of tires and Cody Ware takes tires and pass people, man, that's insane. I would love it if Cody Ware would win the fucking race. That'd be awesome. Remember, I was very adamant on RCR on Rick Ware Racing getting a win before Bubba Wallace, and I still believe, man. I still believe in Rick Ware. Ty Dillon or McDowell, projection wise, says Ty Dillon. This is one of McDowell's worst tracks. Even in the era of him having speed, it's still one of his worst tracks. I would go Ty Dillon in that situation here. Fuck no. Hell no. Hell no. Maybe. Could be. Possibly. 7,000. I like Briscoe. I like Jones more. That's kind of where and I love Austin Dillon. So Keselowski's fourth on the totem pole in that price range. I just don't have Brad. How am I supposed to learn? You gotta, bro, dude. I'm not your mom, man. If you pay me Patreon, I'll walk you through. I'll do 1-on-1. I will. I'll tell you how to input your credit card on DraftKings. I'll walk you through the entire step. But if you're not paying me money, I'm not going to waste my time telling you the basics of NASCAR DFS. That's just kind of where I'm at there. That'd be awesome. I would love it if Cody Ware would win. Auto Club. Let me just see real fast. Yeah, let me see real fast. Cool, man. Cool. She just sent me the link to join him. 170 guys here. I mean, I think I basically talked about most things here that I wanted to discuss. If you're on Patreon, you have the projections. If you're in Discord, you can clearly ask me on stuff. But I think with how high owned a lot of these drivers are going to be, and the potential of a lot of chalk coming through and stuff like that, I don't think I really have much to add on to past that. If you want to support me, support Pearce. You like the work that we do. Videos like me uploading the Xfinity Series video. Yeah, I mean, I know that race is gonna be later today, but that's me building lines, that me walking you through stuff. Like I'm really doing my best here to try and give you guys as much content as I can, both behind the paywall, free, everything like that. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Where do you project Pearce and Briscoe finishing? Gotta. I don't answer those questions on live streams this year. Join the Patreon if you want the exact answer there. And that scares me. Yeah, it is. Well, it is concerning, but it's very much I gotta rank them based on projections. That's why I just didn't get to Briscoe there. Wes, man, I'm sorry. Sorry, man. YouTube's funny in that sense. We gotta see. Yeah, Clutch. I am. Thank you for the 100 people being here and everything. I do appreciate it. If we can continue this going through the month of March and April, I very much look forward to it. And hopefully we can win you guys some money and help you guys out, or just make NASCAR more enjoyable for you. Let's see. Yeah, sorry. And Wes, feel free to shoot me messages if you got questions and stuff. It's all right. Let's see. Eric Amarola to get off a what the heck was intentionally get off 80% Pearce. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'm totally with. I was like, how the heck is he having Eric Amarola as like a core play? That's insane. I got you. No problem. I fully understand. 6,300. Last guy for cash. Let's see. I'm assuming that you don't. I'm gonna assume that you don't have two 10K guys in that lineup. You're probably more on Byron. You probably got Briscoe. You probably got Jones in that. Only due to that fact, you might even have Pearce in there. I don't necessarily think, unless you want to rebuild, I wouldn't. Like, my first incline is to say Ty Dillon, just because if I was going to play cash, I'd probably end up playing Ty Dillon. But since you don't necessarily need that, I play Ty Gibbs in that lineup. I ended up with Ty Gibbs. Yeah. If you guys do want notifications, I know sometimes, like, if you look, you guys do whatever you want in terms of liking, subscribing, things like that. If you like the content, you will. If not, but if you do have the little notification bell on with all notifications, that usually overrides usual YouTube. Or if you do have that, you don't have it. If you select it and then take it off and put it back on, it'll usually fix that. Yeah, and I try not to do that at everybody in Discord whenever I go live, especially because we can rewatch it, on 2x, things like that. But sorry that YouTube just isn't telling you that I'm being live and stuff like that. I apologize. Percentage of flip today, I would love it, man. I'd like it one last time. Can we get a Greg Moore to the inside, say, retaining wall down the back straightaway? Can we get a Casey Mears upside down on the back straightaway? I'd like either one of those. Chalky Day, yeah, pretty much. I'm not from Ohio. I am a dirty Hispanic from El Paso, Texas. So I'm sorry to disappoint you with the lack of Ohio citizenship in my bloodline. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to end it there and hop over and talk with Sheets for a bit. Thank you very much, Wes, for opening live stream with support of this magnitude. Thank you very much. Best advertisement for the Patreon for us is people seeing this type of thing in the YouTube live show. Because look, if you're not helping people win money, they're not giving you super chats, they're not supporting you on Patreon, they're not supporting you through PayPal and everything like that. BVP, a continuous donator, a continuous guy who has supported me, supported Pearce, supported what we've done. Thank you very much for the super chat here. And finally, thank you very much, MNG, for yet again supporting the channel, being here. Thank you guys very much. You guys freaking rock. I am going to head on over to True DFS and talk with Cheats a bit. We'll probably that won't be like a walkthrough. That'll be us just talking live construction, things like that. So feel free to join me over there at True DFS in a few minutes, and I will see you guys next week for previews for the next track, which I believe is Phoenix or Las Vegas. I take it day by day. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got to pull 2 races full of data on Monday. That's going to be brutal. I'll see you guys later. Best of luck today.